Why Does He Do That? By Lundy, Bancroft. Page 287, an excerpt. The Myth of Neutrality. It is not possible to be truly balanced in one's view of an abuser and an abused woman. As Dr. Judith Herman explains eloquently in her masterwork, Trauma and Recovery, neutrality actually serves the interest of the perpetrator much more than those of the victim, and so it is not neutral. Although an abuser prefers to have you wholeheartedly on his side, he will settle contentedly for your decision to take a middle stance. To him, that means you see the couple's problem as partly her fault and partly his fault, which means it is an abuse. I was speaking with a person one day who was describing the abusive relationship of a man and a woman, both of whom were friends of hers. They each want me to side with them, she explained to me, but I refuse to take sides. They have to work out their own dynamics. I have let both of them know that I'm there for them. If I openly supported her, he would just dig his heels and hurt her, she added. People need to avoid the temptation to choose up teams, in a tone that indicated that she considered herself to be of superior maturity because of her neutrality. In reality, to remain neutral is to collude with the abusive man, whether or not that is your goal. If you are aware of chronic or severe mistreatment and do not speak out against it, your silence communicates implicitly that you see nothing unacceptable taking place. Abusers interpret silence as approval, or at least as forgiveness. To abused women, meanwhile, the silence means that no one will help, just what her partner wants her to believe. Anyone who chooses to quietly look the other way, therefore, unwittingly becomes the abuser's ally. Breaking the silence does not necessarily mean criticizing or confronting the abuser regarding his behavior. It certainly doesn't mean going to him with anything you have learned from her, because the abuser will retaliate against her for talking about his behavior to other people. It does mean telling the abused woman privately that you don't like the way he is treating her and that she doesn't deserve it, no matter what she has done. And if you see or hear violence or threats, it means calling the police.